Hello! Hello and welcome to an exciting new episode of the Super Bunny Hop Metal Gear Solid 3 Happy Stream, where I'm going to be playing my favorite game of all time in a fun, nice, new way that seems to bring out a lot of the genius and artistry of the original product from 2004 that was always there. We are going to be starting off with a number of cutscenes that might begin the stream with a a pretty passive feel, where I'm probably just going to be interacting with chat for the first 20 minutes because we got a 20-minute block of long, lengthy but beautiful, and in this case very well written, Kojima cutscenes ahead of us. But wait, oh no, what's this? Hang on, if I could just press the buttons right here. Oh no! It's a local Atlanta news channel talking about predatory problems related to corrupt HOAs. Okay, so I was at this Senate meeting a few days ago where a panel of about 10 Georgia state legislators senators were pledging to create some kind of oversight review board to finally crack down on HOA corruption across the whole state of Georgia. Now, some people at the city council have said that the state authorities are who we need to be talking to, who are going to have higher authority than the city authorities. So some of us were over there kind of sort of lobbying, so to speak, about these issues and how these people need to finally get this shit squared away. There were about 90-ish, 100-ish, somewhere I would wager between like 80 and 110 when the room was at its peak capacity in there. 100 spectators, 10 politicians, and the meeting was mostly people doing their grievances. And unlike the city council meeting where you get 3 minutes, they were saying that everyone who shows up and gives their public comment gets 3 minutes, but very playfully let people talk for 6, 7, 10, 15 minutes. Sometimes bordering on 20 if they really had enough to say, and the landmark people did. I have some good news, but I don't necessarily want to. I'm still wondering how exactly to make some kind of official update about this to the fans to some capacity, because I'm a little worried about getting people's hopes too far up based on how I've seen people in the Patreon Discord react to some of this good news. Because this is a nice, okay, stuff that happened beyond the scope of this meeting yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. Was a nice small victory that's not going to solve our problems in the long term, and certainly absolutely not permanently, but at least might give us 1 whole month, 3.5 weeks of some peace and quiet for a little while. In addition to the state government announcing this senatorial crackdown that they're pledging to commit the next session to, which is unfortunately, again, going to begin in January, so it's not like this stuff really even cracks in until anywhere between 4, 6, 8, maybe even 10 months from now. The laws do not get made quickly, and the criminals do work quickly. So, in addition to this, the HOA board president has been demoted. Their title has been removed. For reasons that have yet to be officially confirmed, there seems like there's some kind of shuffling and management going on behind the scenes here in this building. In addition to that, Airbnb has officially severed ties and issued a ban towards this company that has taken over the HOA and de facto the building, and essentially tried to consciously ruin the living experience in this building for residents so that we'll be encouraged to move out and have our units flipped into Airbnbs. Airbnb has banned them. They have severed ties with this company. They are supposed to never let any offshoots or alternatives of this company open up another unit in the building again. However, guess what? The people responsible for this mess just decided to make new alt accounts and under different names and put up the same exact listings. The previous accounts got banned, and you know what? Childish internet trolls who are the kind of people who send people gore photos do? They just make a new account under a different name, under a different IP, and keep going as normal. However, those new accounts have only been up for less than a month. They are brand new. There is still an opportunity to crack down on this, but it requires vigilance from us. And there's also some disappointing irony with how one of the biggest victories we had in a long time yesterday came from corporate self-policing and internal board politics rather than actual state authorities nor the lawyers we've spent tens of thousands of dollars on fixing this problem through litigations or settlements or something like that. Both processes of which take longer than corporate self-policing and internal board politics, but is nevertheless not exactly how... these aren't the forces that we want to rely on to solve this problem permanently. We got a Band-Aid, a nice medium-sized Band-Aid with some good healing gel globbed onto the pad yesterday, but it is still a Band-Aid. It feels nice to see this stuff happen. But I need to figure out some way to still trepidate the reception of this news with the fact that it's not a permanent solution. The World Cup is coming to Atlanta next year. I've heard talk that they might decide to withdraw due to American, the external perception of American politics right now. And if the FIFA World Cup does actually come to Atlanta and host their games next year, the Airbnb investors have every incentive in the world to keep fighting the stupid fight until that is over with. And then there's a urban redevelopment program in place called the Stitch, where the city is going to build green space, walking space, parking space over these highway overpasses that have split up areas of the downtown neighborhood, and the lack of walkability is theorized to be associated with some degree of blight. It's a gentrification thing, in all honesty. It's going to drive property values way up and push people like, yeah, I'll say it, push people like me, but more importantly, the elderly and minorities in the area out along with me too. The Airbnb investors also have every incentive in the world to keep fighting the stupid fight until that is done. This is a Band-Aid that might last only about a month, and what I just described are developments that are something to look forward to the next 1 to 3 year window. Woo! Hoo, 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 hoo. You could just buy out the condo entirely, right? GoFundMe. Let me post the GoFundMe link again and remind people that photos that there is technically a way, a philosopher's legacy of massive amounts of money out there in the American economy, for now at least, that could potentially land in the pockets of the lawyers and homeowners who can actually solve this problem. But 50% of the money we've raised so far has been spent, and I'm a little worried. But I don't want to worry about that too much right now. I just want to enjoy a wonderful new way to play Metal Gear Solid 3. The Delta remake has this black and white mode that's fantastic, and this legacy mode that is fantastic. Playing the game like an old movie seems to have been a match made in heaven, a happy accident that beautifully brings out the game's ambitions and purposes in a way that that has not been brought out before, that still respects the source material so ridiculously strictly that it just kind of feels like I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 3 again. It's wonderful. I love it. Let's get these Kojima cutscenes going. Wait a second, I should actually set the game to a windowed mode. while the cutscenes are playing, we also have some muted volume. Let's set her to 75. Oh, why are we looking at a black screen on Twitch? Are you guys seeing the game or a black screen? Oh yeah, you're seeing the game. I just had the stream paused. Okay. Options, graphics, windowed. Okay, and wait a minute. Maybe I should set it to borderless. So that way OBS will still be playing as nice and possible. And I can alt-tab the game. I still have input. That's adorable. I might be able to do the health conservation glitch. We're going to have mouse cursor while I'm alt-tabbed, so pick people's noses or click on their dicks with the mouse while the cutscene's playing. What is this? Is that a ration or a drum magazine on this guy's left breast pocket? It almost from a distance looks like a comically large military medal. Oh, wait a second. Did the pause menu say that I need to shoot things in here? Can I use guns? I cannot. Oh, interesting. I might be able to come back here later and do it actually. Look at how beautiful. Look at how the frost on the window. The frost on the window is coming out with black and white. The textures in this game seem so simultaneously touchable and to a certain degree photorealistic, while also maintaining a large degree of stylization and artistic flair thanks to the unrealistic color palette. There is a wonderful sense of rectangular composition to so many of these shots and even these environments, to the point where when you press the first person button on a random spot on the ground, you get something interesting and beautiful to look at. I love the way that the light illuminates a small cloud of fog or dust. It makes me think of cigarette smoke with the black and white in the 60s. Anyways. Hello, Token. So... No! My controller! Oh, I dropped the controller and caught it by the cable, which always has me worried I'm going to snag something and the whole PC tower is going to come crumbling over. But thankfully, we managed to avoid such a undistinguished. Hey, look at the crease in the mask on his chin. Oh yeah, Japanese audio, so that our ears can be in black and white too. So that we'll have a bit of a unfamiliar, new, exotic, classy way to play the game all over again. Oh yeah! Eva has a different voice when she's Tatiana. Right? What is that? I'm something or other. Are you worried? Please judge my translation. I'm only gonna get a minimal amount of this, but I think Eva is using her Eva voice instead of her Tatiana voice, but I don't know. I only set it to Japanese maybe halfway through the run. So I haven't seen her voice actress change modes as much as might be noticeable through a full run. God, that looks so good! I believe we have seen these cutscenes on stream before. I was skipping around when I discovered black and white mode a few streams ago. Yeah, that was What's That? Arewa. Yeah, I'm only gonna know the most incredibly basic of phrases here. And Akio sounds less silly as Snake. He sounds more serious. He's talking like a Kurosawa samurai movie, man. Super manly, super deep. And to be fair, so is David Hayter. It's just that, like, the certain tone and pitch that David Hayter strikes, the cadence of how he hangs a bit on the final sounds of his words, it seems more like a cute adolescent parody of masculinity, which plugs into the magical realism, the kind of adolescent homoerotic humor and tension to the Metal Gear games that I don't think is coming out as strong with the Japanese voice actor. The Japanese voice actor is a more experienced, accomplished, super major important movie actor who's done so many ridiculously high-profile roles that Snake is probably not as big a deal for him as it is for David Hayter, who's a little more obscure anime voice actor who doesn't even actually do that much voice acting at all over his career. For the Japanese voice actors, I think they really spent a lot of money on big-name celebrities and went with more unknowns for the English markets, which is also weird because the Spanish localization of Metal Gear Solid 1, which is fantastic, was also using expensive, established actors as well. Yeah, more screenwriter than actor. Which might be because David Hayter really, I think of all we've seen of him, it seems like he might really only be able to do Snake. Hip-hop music video vibes are also pretty entertaining in Japanese. I can see it. Yeah, Japanese is a little more poetic and flowy and musical than English, so having this almost spoken word to a hip-hop beat cutscene, it's hitting a little easier. I don't know if the performances are better, but you can tell that the direction was meant to have it be heard this way. Ooh! Now I'm snagging on the microphone cable. Is my mic audio still coming through? Yes, it is. Good. I love how when you're not even really seeing... Okay, sometimes the black and white mode will switch off to something else, and it won't even be that jarring because the color scheme of the game was always pretty monochrome to begin with. I was doing Google searches. Yeah, so when we were seeing the Shagohod go up and down the runway, it kind of looked like an old-timey 1960s or 70s home movie, sepia-toned. Instead of black and white, it's like green and white. Bright, vomit, green and white, sepia, manila. And now we've switched to something that looks like a classic black and white movie from the 60s. So whether or not it's a big-budget Hollywood movie or the earliest of the early shitty homemade movies, there is a consistent mood and vibe. Yeah, Token, I think Metal Gear Solid 1, I think David Hayter is a better Snake than Akio, but my worldview, my expectations, my sense of perspective, definitely, I really have to rethink a statement like that after playing the Spanish dub. Ohio, Anderozi Skino 13. Yoroshiku onegashimasu. Go from bomber testing footage to Maltese Falcon. Yeah! Yeah! That is such a good frame of reference. Because some of those 1960s atomic bomb test footages are in color, but shitty color. Shitty 1960s color. Yeah, there's that iconic footage of the Bikini Island tests, and where the whole frame is blue with these tiny little green islands that get dwarfed by a mountain of a mushroom cloud. And it kind of looks like that. It kind of evokes memories of that kind of stuff. Oh my god, that looks so... And so with the added lighting effects of the remake, that is also a very happy accident that gets brought up better in the black and white too. The rim lighting on the characters, the absolutely unnecessarily tiny little details all over everyone's costumes that reflect and refract and catch light are more noticeable in a way that doesn't distract your eye from the composition of the whole image. Cool. Oh, I gotta look at his weird wife and kids. There we go. Oh no, I accidentally, when mashing buttons on the controller, Steam interpreted it as mouse and keyboard movements and ended up tabbing me out from monitoring the Twitch chat. Why did Eva scare Sokolov with the kiss of death? That is a good point. Maybe to show that she has a more sinister side to her, and oh no, I know why. Yeah, this is subconscious storytelling technique. It's to foreshadow that she's gonna betray you later. Yeah. To show that she has a more sinister side means foreshadowing that she's gonna betray you later because she betrays Sokolov. I mean, kind of. She doesn't kill him, but she does scare the bejesus out of him, right? Why does she... was she just messing with him? It seems so. Like it does seem to show that she has, like, kind of a sadistic streak. And that there is maybe more to her character than appears, and that she is not to be totally trusted. But yeah, the black and white 475 brings out the textures, the shadows, and it also just like simplifies the amount of visual information that your eyeball is processing. One thing it brings out is emotions. The faces that people make on camera take a little bit more of a step back from messy real human beings to artistic stylized art. You can kind of sort of more easily trace the smiley face basic shapes that a person's eyes and mouth make from their emotions when it's just in black and white. Yeah, sometimes when the scene is really sharp or dark, people just turn into silhouettes and lines. Like it almost looks like black and white line work sometimes. And that's a very, very powerful, striking visual. Mm-hmm. Symbolism, emotion. I think I like Sokolov in English better. I've liked the end in Japanese better. And I think the guards. It seems... yeah, I like the guards. Miscellaneous, nameless NPC guards. I think those guys, I like the sound of them better in Japanese than I do with English. They sound like kids in English. They talk like this? The guy on the radio sounds like a mean, intimidating, rough, tough, manly soldier man. But the guards are like scared teenagers. Well, Vulcan sounds cool in Japanese too. Yeah, that was a very funny way of going, huh? In English, it's scary. There's real suspense to this cutscene. If there's a bit of dark humor that you get from the Japanese performance that's not there in the English, that is going to be very interesting. 少佐のことは誰よりもよく知っているからな。タチアナがここに来たと聞いてきてみれば、コソ泥がいたとは。See how much darker the shadows in his eyes are? And how stuff that's unimportant, background details, are just not to be bothered with anymore. Like, it almost reminds me of classic Greek vase art. There's no, in a lot of these shots, there's no background, and a monochrome sort of cartoony outline drawing to the characters. Okay, so Japanese Volgan is more fun. I don't know. I'll have to hear him some more. Wait, Sokolov returns in Portable Ops? Really? The female voice actors, the female voice actresses, I don't know. Whenever I listen to Japanese media in Japanese, it seems like the way they give women vocal direction is just as the characters land in a very monotonish place. And I do not like the way Japanese vocal directors direct English dubs of a lot of female characters. I'm actually disgusted by a lot of practices and traditions. When Japanese women are given direction, they seem to be given more range, but when foreigners working in Japan are given direction by Japanese voice actors, it seems like they want them to sound like child baby people. They all sound the same. And after talking to some expats living in Japan doing that work, it really is heartbreaking how a lot of the women doing that don't like it either. Hey, welcome, Twisted Operator. I am happy to entertain you after a long, hard day of work. Oh, God. Yeah, the blood is darker. It looks thicker. That Ovaltine Hitchcock Psycho blood. Chocolate sauce. Oh. Yeah, the vocal direction they gave Mei Ling adds a whole nother element of humor to the character just because it's so ridiculously infantilizing and arguably sexist. Like the very different character in Japanese than English. Which had me wondering if they were going to do something like that with Mei Ling, not Mei Ling, but Paramedic, and it sounds like Paramedic's still kind of the same lady in Japanese. I think I like Lori Allen's boss better than what we were just hearing, but both of them were very good. Japanese boss sounded nice, rough, tough, and intimidating, and stoic and nervous about what she's doing and the sacrifice she's making. Volgan is good too. I do like that there's a bit more black humor to him. He's a funny villain. He's a stupid idiot who satirizes James Bond tropes. And it feels so good to see him finally get his justice in the end of the game. I think maybe just because expectations are so high that the only disappointing Japanese character has been Snake himself. David Hayter seems to inject more humor into the character than I think we're hearing from Akio. Alright, now, is it R1? Oh no, it's, you bring up a menu. Bring up a menu. Okay, let's see if I can Alt-Tab with these menus still open. Yes! Yes, I can! Snake really has a bad timing. Define black humor. What are we talking about, Twisted Operator? Because when most people say black humor, they're generally not talking about like classic 90s All in the Family sitcoms. It means morbid, dark humor about death or suffering, that sort of thing. The term you use, the way you said, okay, yeah. How did I say it? Did I make it sound like a black thing or like a morbid death thing? Yeah, no, Google black humor. It is. I remember it being fun to learn that humor too, because learn that term too.
その前に体を改めさせてもらおうか。敵ながらタフな男だな。普通なら生きてはいまい。
Yeah, hear that?
楽しみがいがありそうだ。
when he laughs and grunts and makes like yeah, it sounds kind of cartoony and silly. But when he talks, it's real serious and manly and samurai movie. So there is humor here. Volgan, it kind of gives you the vibe that Volgan is putting on an act. And if you bring up these menus, you don't take damage. Is this a glitch or game design? Oh no, we are taking damage! I was looking at the stamina meter. Did they fix it? Should I just let go of the buttons? He laughs funnily. Yeah, it's the nonverbal noises his voice actor makes have some kind of cartoony humor to them. Oh my god, the sack on Snake's face looks scarier in black and white. Torture room looks scarier in black and white. God! The little bits of light shining on his face from all the sparks look better in black and white. The sweat all over Snake's character model look better in black and white. The skeleton he flashes looks better in black and white. Ah! Holy cow! Atsuka, right. I forgot his last name. Akio Atsuka. But this might be one of those special cases where you gotta politely ask if you're saying Atsuka or Atsuka. Reminiscent of the opening to Casino Royale. Should I watch Casino Royale? I was thinking of watching Doctor Strangelove over the weekend. I saw half of it. Oh, that looks so good. I saw half of it when I was a teenager, but never finished it, and finally wanted to get it out of the way. Also, I just realized that, like, when people get electrified in real life, you don't... There's the visible skeleton thing, that's cartoony, right? Like, that's not how it works in real life. Like, they're burning. Their skin is going to get darker. The skeleton inside is not going to light up like a glow-in-the-dark Halloween lawn figurine, right? I mean, someone correct me if I'm wrong. I've never seen live-action movies do that, just animation, and I certainly have never seen actual real-life violence, gore footage that would look anything like that. I don't even watch that stuff in general, in case anyone was worried. Yeah, like someone's skeleton suddenly becoming visible while getting shocked. This is not realistic, is it? Sometimes it does. Jesus Christ, that's terrifying. Okay, so what's the science behind that? Would it, like, light up? Would the skin become transparent? Why would someone's skin become transparent while enduring an electric shock? Because that would be what would have to happen, right? Like there would have to be some kind of light shining on the bones, because normally they're dark. The inside of your body is pitch black dark. You can see people being dropped from lightning with no marks, and other times people melt. I don't want to watch that stuff, but I think I'll get the verbal description and visualize it from there. But yeah, speaking of morbid things, I am morbidly curious about this cartoony iconography of a visible skeleton suddenly flashing on a guy getting electrocuted. It flashes too fast to see it with your eyes. Oh my god, does that mean people had to, like, slow down camera footage to see it or something? Wait a second, hold on, because the cartoon trope began when film was still reeling at pretty low frame rates and high-speed film wasn't, visible. Okay. You can see people being dropped from lightning with no marks. Now, what do you mean by marks? If you mean that their skeleton flashes for a second like a cartoon, then yeah, I think, so far as the way I understand physics and light, and the way energy passes through electrical arcs, like, my understanding of electrical hazards does not seem compatible with this cartoony visual. Doesn't really happen, it's an artistic trope. Yeah. Like, okay, no marks but one burn spot. But burn means darkness, and that means, like, greater opacity, less transparency. If anything, the internals of a guy getting shot would become less visible, because there's a crusty dark layer on the outside. The trope is called X-ray sparks. I'm really curious where it originated from. Yeah. And also, like, how this scene is supposed to be all grisly and gory and shocking, but they still do that cartoony thing, but in the style that they show it, it does actually look grisly and gross and shocking. It is interesting where it came from and why they decided to use it here for this scene. And also how they actually pulled it off to the intended effect. Her shoelaces! Look at how cool her shoelaces look in black and white. I feel like you can read the text on the knife in black and white easier because the contrast is better. It is so good. It is so good. What is Skinamarink? Oh man, this is... Oh yeah! Oh my god, when it got to the close-up with no background. Oh. And Ocelot's acting, it's comical. Like all of a sudden you're shocked and your eyes are popping, and then you get a little laugh. And then you're shocked and your eyes are popping and your jaw's dropping, and then maybe Volgan will do a silly laugh or a silly grunt, and you get a little bit of a moment of comedy. Like the Kojima pacing of the line graph of tension to relief. The waves of that line graph might be a little bit more compressed with this the vocal direction we're getting in Japanese. Yeah. Okay, Japanese Ocelot's also fun. I still think I have the English one in my heart, but that was a very funny yeah. He sounds more childish. He sounds younger. Gosh, oh my gosh, the facial shadows. Oh man. And then when the camera cuts to the handprint on his face, this other cartoony weird... There's a bit of relief, a bit of humor. Like, you're not really supposed to be laughing at this stuff, but you're experiencing a range of human emotions that, makes the experience that's so much more intense and memorable. It's beautiful storytelling. Jesus Christ. Genius Kojumbo. The Homer of video games here. A narrative that still hits you hard after going through it 30 times. God, this stuff is good. You don't need to know the language to understand the story. It is just shown to you so well. Ah. What do you think of the blatant sexual assault of women in this? I think it's a responsible usage of a trope that was more problematic at its time. I think it's you're seeing evil for what it is. I think it is strengthening the villainy of the villains. Like, it's not a celebration of it. It's definitely not a positive portrayal of it. It seems like it was done responsibly in this one case. In other Metal Gear games, we can question it. In this one, the way Kojima gets weird about women does seem to be a lot more responsibly handled than a lot of the other games. Yeah, I like that Northrop Fry line when it comes to grisly, violent, dark, black content in media. That when it's fictional and not real, it's fine because you're seeing the abstract concept of evil for what it is. There might be no better way to demonstrate it to a mass audience responsibly without actually hurting real people or inspiring real violence. Yeah, the villains in this game are totally despicable. Yeah, that's what I think of the blatant sexual assault of women. It makes you hate the villains more, it makes you love the heroes more, it makes you sympathize with the women, it makes it hit all that more harder when they like have their own badass moments of empowerment at the end of the game. Oh, hey, that was, a very, very weak, breathless... He sounded injured in a way David Hayter did not when doing that line. Have you watched Yatsu's new video essay where he talks about Big Boss and how, in Yatsu's opinion, he's difficult to take seriously in part because of Big Boss being a goofy name? I have not seen it. It sounds like something I don't need to watch because it's not going to say anything new nor anything I really disagree with. Because I'm pretty sure that's the exact same opinion I've been marketing around the Metal Gear fandom for over a decade, is that it's silly but also fun. And that the silliness kind of helps it be more fun. I love this visual of me tickling the camera towards the rat with the fork snake hungrily chasing after it like a cartoon character. Bum ba bum ba bum bum bum. Oh, how did I? Oh, the angle in the remake is really weird. One inferior. I think if I crouch. Yeah, what is the collision detection on this? I think I remember aiming high last few times I was doing this, but right now it's not panning out for me. Oh, and by the way, we're not playing Guy Savage. I don't know if I like Guy Savage. I mean, it's cool. It's a neat little trick the first time you see it, but there's really even with the remake version of Guy Savage Delta, it still seems like by Metal Gear Solid 3 standards, a surprisingly underwhelming possibility space of game mechanics. Look at how funny this looks. Come on. Where did it go? There we go. Gotcha. Good the shadows look. Alright, so last time I think we busted our way out of here by playing dead. Did we? I'm thinking of calling the ghost. That's the easiest way to do it. Mark. Vote now with your Twitch chat. Do you want me to call the ghost, or do you want me to try to cigarette spray him through the bars? Why can't I get the trajectory on this? Did they make it harder for... Hey! There we go. Okay, so you gotta go up and to the left. Can I feed him twice? Or do I have to wait for him to loop around again? Alright, when he's went back to his idle pose. There we go. I'll throw another. Huh? There's some kind of disagreement going on here. Oh, about Yahtzee, okay. I feel like remaking Guy Savage kind of misses the point of Guy Savage. I think it's cute that they remade Guy Savage, but I played it twice and I feel an aversion to playing it a third time. When I played it twice, I was expecting it to be slightly different than my first run, and it wasn't at all. Still lasted like 10 minutes. It feels like it goes on too long for how basic it is. And it feels like it also kind of throws you for a psychologically intense loop. Where did it go? Oh, okay. Okay, up and to the left. There we go. Yeah, it throws you for a like psychologically mean loop twist where these cutscenes trigger and you see like an enemy transform into a bigger, scarier version, but not really. It makes you think that something might have changed with the cutscene, but you're just still mashing the same two buttons over and over again, beating up bad guys who are not a threat to you whatsoever. It's too easy, it's uninteresting. There's not enough diversity of playstyles when you do different runs. Oh yeah, and I noticed that
そうかそうさ実は俺戦争が始まる前はアメリカに住んでた
I mentioned before about how the bars kind of look more like an Iron Curtain symbolism here. Seems easier to spot the symbolism in black and white. If you were talking about that, the bars between them represent the divisions between East and
いい
West.
名前かあんたが言うんだからそうだろうな実は俺もジョニーだうちは代々長男にジョニーとつけるだから親父もジョニーだし
Here's the ghost, 475.
ジョニーだろ
Johnny.
ジョニー一族かどうして冷戦なんだろうな俺たちが付き合ってた頃は仲良くしてたのにそうだな家族に会いたい辛いなああだけどあんたほどじゃないほらあんたの装備から大佐に内緒でくすねたんだ返す
I'm getting Twitch chat set up on my mobile device here.
俺がしてやれるのはこれくらいだここを出してくれないかそれはダメだおい逃げ出そうなんて考えないでくれよそしたら俺はあんたを撃たなきゃいけなく
So
な
I
る
mentioned earlier about how the soldiers sound young and naive, cartoony and childish in English, but more serious and intimidating in Japanese. This is a great example. Johnny's always been kind of a comic relief character, but this Johnny doesn't sound like one. He sounds like normal, serious, rough, manly soldier man. Wait a second, in Japanese Metal Gear Solid 1, isn't Johnny's voice actor, like, really hamming up the cartoony stuff? Time to eat! Let's listen to the comparison.
食事だ
Sokizda. Sokizda. What is it? The baby Japanese that they teach the kids in cartoons? Ikirakimashite?
体力の無駄だぞ
Wasting your energy. I don't think I don't think it's getting there. Okay, when he goes to the bathroom, we're gonna bust out of here using the ghost. Wait, should I raid his room for supplies first? Yes, I should. We have no supply. How much of the dialogue have you memorized? Probably the cutscene dialogue. Johnny is a very different character. I think we're meant to take him seriously and sympathize with him, which is weird because he's about to do a bunch of toilet humor. Unless that's the intention and Kojima wants you to experience the roller coaster of human emotions going up and down where you take him seriously and feel kind of bad for him and then you're just laughing at him pooping up a storm in the toilet. Good. Johnny, when are you gonna poop? Wow. Okay, when I get back to third person again, I want to show off the shadows on Snake's back going in and out of the light on the ceiling. What is that squiggly that the throwing arc was making? Also, why is the throwing arc having such a hard time making it through the hole in the remake compared to the original? In the original, if whatever geometric logic is going on with the arc of your throws, you might not be able to do it at all because it was very hard to throw accurately in the original game in the first place with no visual. There we go. Okay, 475, 475, 475. Oh yeah! Now the voice actor is totally hamming it up. It's a contrast. Johnny is a complicated character. Holy shit! Okay, so you're telling me that in Japanese, Johnny is a complicated character. 475. This is... I have not done this in the remake. What? Remove alert. This is the first time I've seen this in the remake. So it marks the Easter egg frequencies you've heard from guards. This remove alert might actually come in extremely handy for the extremely difficult sneaking we're going to have ahead of us when we bust out of here. That's so cool. Yeah, in Japanese, Johnny is a profound character with deep characterization. Okay, so they don't have the remove alert on this thing, but if you go to the tune, you can see some of the silly little Easter eggs you might have picked up along the way. Okay, but anyways, we got to do 475. There we go. That door has been unlocked. Wonder why it doesn't say the door. My gosh. Oh my gosh! Sounds like he's talking about Snake coming out. Hang on a second, I was gonna play with the light on Snake's big muscly back muscles. Let me get him... Yeah! Okay, where is it? Right here? Yeah, he turns into a silhouette, then turns into a handsome, rugged, muscly, manly man. There's a camera in here? Wait, I might have already gotten it. Why is the door not opening? Okay, there we go. No time to look around harder. Did I knock Johnny out? Ah, shit. He didn't call that in, did he? Nope, we're good. And we get Johnny's own supplies. Whatever he has on his own. What? Typic? Ointment? Full? Huh? Huh. I guess we get to keep all of our medical supplies. So I should have just gone for the door. Snake's muscles got me coming out. As a millennial gamer, I do have to wonder if the amount of self-reporting bisexual gamer men skyrocketed with the initial release of Metal Gear Solid 3, and then a decade later with Breath of the Wild. Yeah, this is what. We'll retry it a couple times, do a little bit of save scumming, but I don't want to save scum my way through this, commit to mistakes. And this is extremely... What if I, go clockwise instead of counterclockwise? I like to get up on the roof and get the book on my way out of here, which means going straight to a guard who's usually looking in this direction, while also very carefully timing the approach against this guard at the cameras 12, 11 o'clock, keeping his face turned. And let's see what happens if I go now. Oh god, that guy was looking 20%'s not going to be... I'm getting spotted. Gonna turn his head. Or not. Try to crawl. Sorry. Sorry. He said that really fast. So can't see in the dark because I have no night vision goggles. This is some pretty interesting shit. Why is he coming? Why is he coming? Okay. I still think I had a easier time going counterclockwise than my usual route clockwise. I mean, regular clockwise instead of... Because I didn't just ran right into a guy who immediately triggered alert. There was a bit of a build-up to it. If I can hide behind a box or get in the ditch or something, it's really dark and hard to see the ditch. Maybe the box will be a better choice. That will solve that problem fairly simply. Bum bum. Bum. Do I have a distraction item? Oh, I wonder if you can keep your food. Bust out of there with the phone call. Keep your food in your pocket so that you can use the food as a distraction item for this stuff here. Is that what I did in my YouTube run? That sounds like a familiar strategy. I'm going for ditch, by the way, not boxes. Let's speed up a bit. Little snake mysteriously drops down or hits an obstacle. Here we go. We're in the ditch. Wait, no, we're not. What are we doing? I feel trapped. I gotta get visibility on that ditch somehow. And then I'm gonna take a bathroom break. Back. Wait a second, I have another idea. Bum ba-dum ba-dum bum. You gotta give the public what they don't know they want. That is extremely true when it comes to entertainment and media. If you give the public what they think they want, the public will probably have a higher expectation than what you can provide, and also some very weird personalized desires. Wait a second, I'm saying that while playing a Metal Gear Solid 3 remake that included a black and white mode, that included a classic camera angle mode and a black and white filter. So I got my weird personal too good to be true desires fulfilled. I'm having a hard time trolling my guy. We're gonna reset. Wait a second, who spotted me? Can I cigarette smoke them on their way here? Oh my god. Two guys are on their way. Give it a try. Easy enough to save scum. Nah, let's save scum. You also came into this remake with 0 expectations. I don't think that's true. I try to, I mean, I'm only human. Everyone's only human. I, was honestly expecting it. Was expecting to be more disappointed than... Hey! Was there something blocking our sightlines there? I just crossed the corner clean. No partial spotting at all. I want to hit that ditch, even in the dark, just to have a visual reminder of where in the frame. Oh, is this it? Yeah, that's actually kind of visible in the black and white. There's a small bit of light shining just on the left side of it. Okay, now check this out. I love this guard. In black and white, you can barely see him. You're tracking him by either the Splinter Cell-ass green radio light on his kit or the smoke breath coming out because of the cold. That didn't work. Collision detection in the remake is a little rougher. Snake's controls are a little more sluggish, but other than that, I consider it legacy mode, especially an objective improvement. I don't know if I even like the new style, though. I'll be using that for my Euro Extremes. You would have been a badass playtester for this. How come this guy's not seeing me? There we go, that's why. There was some, cover hidden in the darkness. Wow! Sneaking out of here makes a lot more sense now. Maybe I should take the stairs. Nah, I know the route better. If I take round. But yeah, there's some nice barrels keeping... Uh-oh. Do I have line of sight with that guy? Yeah, I kind of do. Staircase is okay, but... out of here. Okay, good. He didn't see my feet slide around the corner. So, how confident do you feel about a cinematic black and white Fox Sound run? Oh my god. Fox Sound run. Fox Sound. Okay, one thing I like the idea of is the zero continues of the Fox Sound run. I don't know if I like the idea of doing the non-lethal tranquilizer tricks in black and white. The screen might ultimately be too dark for that. However, where'd he go? Oh, the remake also seems to have... There he is. Some weird logic with what direction on the controller you're pressing to get Snake moving on walls. This is a little less intuitive than the original game. Slight nitpick, but hey, isn't that what I'm here for? Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. Not too worried about this. This will actually make it easier for me to track this guy in the dark. Which is an interesting problem that makes sense in the context of the game. That also feels like... makes sense in the context of the game. How much do I need to explain that? It does feel like the kind of problem that sneaky commando soldier man in the dark would have to be dealing with when sneaking around enemies. The lack of visibility and get creative with getting their visibility back. Just hold everyone up and put them down. My favorite insane playthrough strat. Let's be really slow. You don't want to gunk the screen up with all this black silhouetting. Gotta get real careful with the analog stick. You know what? We're gonna press LB instead of analogs. Just more reliable, but... There we go. It's a fucking waste, though. The collision detection on, Cardboard box is gonna be helpful for this. On the cigarette smoke, it's like the cigarette smoke hitbox is dramatically smaller, so having to spray 2 of them out at people to correct for a... Yeah, kind of like a gun. I'm having to shoot twice to correct for a missed first shot. Also, piloting Snake in pitch black darkness is not as hard as it looks from this angle, because your analog stick movements are always going to correspond with where you're moving Snake across the frame! Holy cow! Look at this! Dun 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 dun. I still have the muscle memory of putting my stuff away before getting the guard out. Also, thank you Black and White mode for very nicely outlining a shadowy hidey spot I can put him. God, that's beautiful. I need to quit looking at Twitch chat and climb this ladder because those guards are going to wake up in a few seconds. We're on extreme difficulty. I think when they wake up, they put in an alert when you're trying to break out. I don't know, but I'd rather not chance it and take the risk. Where's the ladder? Yo, look at that! You can see the ladder in pitch black darkness by the shine. From first person mode, third person, shine. But from first person mode, like, where did they put the lights? Those lights, the 180 degrees behind me, are showing where I need to go to climb the ladder. There's also a very slight marker on the ground. Other than that, that ladder was almost... So, I don't recommend Black and White for your first playthrough because of stuff like that. Important things will get hidden. Also, should I be going this way? I don't see... The book didn't spawn here, so let's actually just go southwest. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Talk. Right. Wait, no. I think I might actually be better off crawling than... Still is. Okay, now we have line of sight blocked thanks to the vehicle. Shit! Alright. 5th time's the charm. Got real close there, but now I know that there is no book up on the roof to distract me from a more reliable route I have discovered than the one I've usually been using to get out of here. Because there's barrels I can hide behind. How did I miss those barrels in all my previous runs? Because I want to go immediately to the roof and get the book on my previous runs. Cardboard box might actually be more important after all. Uh-oh. Since I didn't get fully spotted, and to keep a more honest continuity going, we'll reset the area that way. Bum, 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 bum. How did that happen? better to... Oh. Oh. I wonder if I'll get a better opportunity if I just wait longer. I wasn't looking at Twitch chat and I see cool Twitch chat messages. Okay, Just Junkie, that is an awesome shot. It's movies. I love it. I love it. I agree. I would love to know which particular shot you're talking about when you say that to share in your excitement. Because it is so amazing how the how cinematic the gameplay will look from a third-person perspective here. Okay, let's slither our way behind the barrels up here. You know what? I might be able to go around the corner to the right faster than ever with this guy farther than ever. Uh-oh. We got a Darawa. The one when the camera went full top down. Bum, bum, bum. I don't know, Just Junkie, you seem... I don't recognize your name. You might be new to the stream. Maybe I should show off my favorite camera angles to you that everyone else has seen a billion times before. Dun, 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 dun. Right, there's... There. Soldier there? Yeah, I just saw his smoke cloud. Now I think he's moving back. I can hear his feet. Yeah, he's moving backwards. Alright, let's LB him. We're gonna LB. See the little tiny light in the darkness? This is like the opposite of Splinter Cell. I am spotting bad guys by tiny little electronic... Hey! That time I had to shoot it 3 times. Let's not even commit to it. It's hard to judge the distance in the dark. That might be on me, but I think there is something kind of fishy going on with the cigarette spray collision detection hitbox cloud. Big spotlight in the center. It was the one with the camera with full top down. Yeah, with the big spotlight in the center. I think it was amplified because I was holding down LB and getting the vignetting going. Did I say silhouetting earlier? It's called vignetting. Vignette. It's French. Okay, so if I have the patience to wait... Oh, odd, how did I get... Hey, bad humans. Welcome, I think, according to your Twitter post at least, there are 2 of us. There are a whole 2 of us who have actually, like, discovered this black and white mode organically without super famous internet influencer Super Bunny Hop showing them at first. So you also, you're into turning the HUD off, right? Let's see. HUD display. This is probably gonna be awful. Dun dun. Dun dun dun. How do you know what you have equipped? Had that off anyway. Phase display. Time. Enemies remaining. Ah. Alright. Let's see how we do. Oh man, that looks good! Nope. Bum ba bum bum. I just run for the barrels? Is it my feet that'll give me my footsteps? Okay, no, I think I'm safe. I ran at full speed and didn't alert them that time. Trying to find some hard cover in the darkness. Yeah. Oh, I just realized. I should just roll into the guard who's guarding the box, the cardboard box C. Lean, sneak that way. Okay, so new strategy. We're just gonna roll into him. He's hungry, he's weak. If you roll into people while they're hungry, it knocks them unconscious on first hit. Ah, there he is. Ah, shit. But I think I mentioned earlier about how getting him to partially spot you can be advantageous. Glancing around in the dark like that, taking risks. Did. We'll get his back turned to me and get him primed to get rolled faster. Whoa! Let me just Homer Simpson back into the sewage here. Wait a second, I just realized it might be useful taking a trip to the food shack. Yeah, I really gotta go to the bathroom. And I like sneaking past at least 3 guards here. I'll consider this a checkpoint. Progress. I won't have to sneak past the first 3 guards again. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my god, I'm covered in wires. And they're getting all snagged. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna pee. I'll be right back. This is amazing. What a good game. Okay. Someday his dog will look. Did my dog, like, come out while I was in the bathroom? George taking a bong rip. I mean, wait, did the toilet... Did you... Did I... Was that the toilet? Bump, ba-dum, ba-dum, bump. Bump, ba-dum, ba-dum, bump. Because if you heard bubbling water, that... I'm sorry to inform you that you were actually really listening to me piss in a toilet and flush it instead of take a bong rip. Someday you'll feed in the tree frog. But then again, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I don't want to know what noise you were hearing that you mistook for a bong rip. There's also another very annoying. I got a little too close to the edge there. I can't get Snake to stay behind the wall. There he is. This guy can be. Hopefully, I can be patient. Hey, I also have a cardboard box on. I can climb on that box and use a cardboard box as a butt. Your mic is that good? It cannot... What? Okay, there's another annoying guy who must have spotted me through like 2 layers of fencing. That's... ability on. Okay. Okay, now I got 2 guys to worry about. I have a weapon. I have the cigarette smoke. So my mic that I've been using for these streams is a lapel mic. It is so far away from the bathroom that it really... Where is he? There he is. It should not have picked that up. Who? What? Why did you go that way? You did not take the fastest route to the sneaky spy you just caught a glimpse of. You went to where I was hiding instead of where I was last spotted. Bump, ba-dum, ba-dum, bump. Yeah, Mike. God, getting my wires snagged. This is the mic. This little fuzzy ball. The bathroom is maybe 3, 6, 9 feet away, right next to the bedroom. People have talked all the time about how quick my bathroom breaks are, and it's because I barely even have to get out of the chair. I love the rat's scurry animation, looking all weird in the remake. Look at the little scurry. Yeah. Wait, should I actually fork it? I guess the answer is yes. Oh, I don't have the cardboard box. How can I peek out of here safely without Come on, give me the ball peek. So, is Bad Humans still around? I want to ask Bad Humans what you do about camo index not being on screen. If you like playing this game HUD-less, I think it might be pretty tricky to... I'm crawling for this so I don't peek over the threshold that... Spotlight. Knowing what you have equipped. Oh, you can tap the buttons to get a reminder. Okay, that's cool. Oh, I wonder if I should use the cigarette to, keep track of Snake. And your life meter. How do we get that? Okay, okay. Never mind. Camo index. Right, camo index can change by the second, but... I'm sorry, did I just get spotted from down here? Camo index can change by the second. Things. Okay, thank God. Camo index can change by the second. The weapon that you have equipped can change what other buttons on your controller do, so I imagine that mistaken inputs might result from getting an indicator for that off the screen. What else? What else? What else? Life meter, I think, is evident enough. You take small amounts of chip damage on all the difficulty levels. Snake can take quite a few hits before going down because it's supposed to be more of a long-term investment than a short-term. Long-term dynamism instead of short-term dynamism. So I don't think I miss the health bar too much, and I don't think I actually miss the equipment too much, but I do think I miss the camo index. Dun 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 dun. I wonder if the remake takes light into account, like MGSV. I don't think it does. I think it keeps the same exact, purely how similar is your camo pattern to the texture pattern that Snake's 2 feet are planted on system from... Hey! Single action ammo! Thank you! You could see your meters when bringing up the menu. Yeah, there's still a bit of a slightly less elegant 2-second fade to black there for bringing up the pause menu. Can't wait to see you play multiplayer. Think about setting up a modded Minecraft server. I think he said he wanted to watch and eat. I've been emulating the PS2 version because I can't run Delta very well. Using save states to simulate the autosave function here for Foxhound ranks definitely make it more enjoyable experience. Yeah, I enjoyed the Foxhound run, the non-lethal, no trank, European Extreme Foxhound rank cinematic run challenge. For the most part, with the exception of having to back out to menu. I still have memories of the Ponazovje warehouse. As a 30-whatever-year-old adult, that is not worth the time anymore, and frustration especially, when everyone's mental health is a bigger issue than it's been before. So... my primary concern about doing it in black and white is just losing detail and visibility when throwing poison animals. Oh, wait, right, I was just going to roll on them. When throwing poison animals and throwing distraction items. Because getting those moves pulled off with some degree of precision is borderline required if you're not going to be using hit scan weapons like the Tranquilizer at all during the run. I kind of am curious to see how this shot looks without the LB button held down like this right now that makes things so much darker. Yeah, how do I know if I have the SAA equipped or not? It's not going to be shown in Snake's hands. He heard me. So, man, like this LB thing is also kind of tripping me out. It's just, I just don't want the vignetting on the screen. Actually, I might be better off playing around with this guy more. I'm going to check for supplies under the vehicle. Then I'm going to wake him up, hold him up, shake him down, knock him out, shake him around. It's like a song. And then go to the next area, because he might have something useful on him. The non-lethal no-trick European Extreme Foxhound run is an absolute classic. Could totally do it. I'm very excited to see what the... Oh, dude, I have seen the Sorrow in black and white, and it felt like I was seeing God. There's an extremely artsy-fartsy Tarkovsky movie from the 1960s called Andrei Rublev. 4 hours long. It's full of black and white shots of really colorful, naturalistic outdoor environments where you have to use your imagination. And the filmmaker is very aware of this. Color film exists. It was still in black and white. Oh, I didn't shake him down. And it reminds me of that. Like when you see images like this, your cultural frame of reference are things like Tarkovsky and Kurosawa, silent movie, comics. They're in a much more classy, cultured place than if you're thinking about Predator or Commando or Escape from New York. The more typical, The Rock. The more typical, Ointment? Really? Fuck you, man. The more typical Metal Gear Solid movie references. When you turn it on black and white, you suddenly realize that, yeah, Kojima might have been trying to make a playable pastiche of 80s, 90s VHS manly, macho American Hollywood blockbusters, but when it comes to... Oh, check this out, by the way. There is a massive amount of classic cinema influence that was in there at maybe earlier ages before he encountered the American stuff. Classic Japanese cinema. And I think that's, it was subconsciously coming out here. Like when this guy just closes his eyes and thinks of what a forest looks like, he might think of some fuzzy depth of field. Like when this guy closes his eyes and thinks of what things look like, he might imagine them within a rectangular movie frame. There's so many rectangles. Look at all the rectangles on the screen right now. When I was watching Seven Samurai, I was struck by how there's, in the scenes of interior Japanese houses, where there will be little rectangular... Oh, what? Man, I can't believe how much I'm getting spotted doing this, but then again, that is to be expected for this part of the game. Ah! In Seven Samurai, there's... What is it called? There's extremely thin, flimsy, because it's an earthquake thing, a Japanese earthquake thing, paper walls. Okay, footsteps are audible. Can't really see anything, but I can totally hear footsteps coming my way, and they're making me scared. Metal Gear Solid 2 is all octagons. Metal Gear Solid 3 is all rectangles. But yeah, when I was watching Seven Samurai, there... Tatami! Is it a tatami wall? Square, extremely thin wooden frame, and then a rectangle, and then there's a rectangle of paper wall. There's a shot in Seven Samurai where you see this rectangular window behind the two characters in front of the frame, and behind them is a set of rectangular Japanese wall panels with a rectangular window open, and you see two characters in front of the window, and behind, through the window, is a bustling scene of city life. You see people walking back and forth in the background. There's guys like carrying wheelbarrows and carts around. And then behind the street, behind the house, is another house made out of rectangular Japanese paper walls in the grand ancient traditional style. Alright, now's the time to be taking some risks and getting out of that box. I had more reliable distraction item. I wish I had better visibility on this guy I keep hearing. Okay, let me actually stop and think about this. We got one guy here at 12 o'clock. Tracking a guy patrolling the containers in a counterclockwise... Here we go! This is the guy I was listening to. He was out of visibility for a long-ass time, and now I can finally see these scary footsteps I've been hearing. It's a good feeling. It is a good feeling struggling against visibility and winning. Dun, 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 dun. Are there any items? There are. I gotta give him some distance because if I crawl around him too fast. Okay, we're gonna investigate what is over the railings to our left, now to our 12. I think I should box if I crawl. Yeah, I really don't like not seeing the camo index while I'm doing moves like this, while I'm crossing risky gaps. If they spot the box, I don't think it'll trigger an alert, but if they spot me with my belly on the ground and my camo index at like -20, I think it will instantly trigger an alert. Have you ever done a ghost playthrough, never being spotted? That's European Extreme, right? That is just European Extreme forces you to do a ghost run of never being spotted. I think you're allowed to get partially spotted, but man, even by my gamer semantics, I don't know. Look how good that looks! If Bad Humans is watching, please look at this shit. It is so gorgeous. There are two of us who can fully appreciate what's going on here. Rectangles within rectangles within rectangles, and beautiful spotlights. It's all kind of drawing your eyes to where the guards are going to be on the frame. Now, are there any items around here? The whole point I went over here is searching for items. What is this? I'm full of... I have a surprising amount of items on me that just aren't in the menu. Okay, I have 3 smoke grenades, 3 regular grenades, single action army, and a fork. I think that's enough. I think that might be enough for me to activate an alert phase for a short little while for the very last tail end of the escape out of here, which I consider canon because guards are somehow alerted to Snake's presence when you're in the sewer tunnels. And before you jump off the waterfall, you are being chased as if you triggered some kind of alert. Actually, I think the canon knows that they send the dogs out, and the dogs are actually who spot you, and you can't escape it because do some Silent Hill shit where they spawn the dogs behind iron bars you can't pass through. Okay, since I like the current amount of supplies I have on me, I will not get too fancy about getting to the next area to the northwest. Ugh, lost visibility of guys. Let's call that 2 guys. I'm getting nervous now. Wait, but what if you ghost your way out of Johnny's cell? Like, what if you call the ghost on the phone number and just walk out when he's in the bathroom? Or what if you call the ghost on the phone number and ghost your way out when he's not in the bathroom, but at the farthest part of his patrol loop? What if you sneak through his patrol route to ghost past him? Okay, there we go. Have visibility on the 2 problem guards. I'll wait for my opportunity and go. Here's my opportunity. Let's go. I get so nervous when I leave this thing and the camera pans out. It's beautiful tension. Okay, now we got 2 guys to worry about. 3 guys in total. 2 in front, 1 behind. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, he's still gonna notice, but he won't be unconscious in his own diarrhea. I mean, it's a little less alarming, so maybe it results in less of an alarm phase. Yeah, okay, so maybe you like, what if they find Johnny unconscious in a pile of his own bodily fluids? Maybe they trigger an alert. But if Johnny finds your cell empty and everything is otherwise fine, maybe it merely triggers an evasion. Dun, 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 dun. For some reason, I also remember a lot more caution phase while doing this part of the game. I remember hearing the dun 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 music. On feet. Here we go. Got both guards in sight. There's 1 behind me, 2 in front of me. The one behind me is the one I'm more worried about for now, but if guard on the left decides to keep following the brick wall instead of going inside the containers, I'm gonna have to wait somewhere. Yep, there he goes. Look at that. He's following the brick walls. If I get out of here, I'll get spotted. I want to be the one hugging the brick walls, so we gotta take our turn. Metal Gear Solid is a complicated, intriguing game of waiting to take your turn. But what if he finds your cell empty while still being covered in excrement? Then I guess that resets the alert phase, and the guards immediately know where you're hiding, even when you're on the other side of the base. Should I hold him up? Should I knock him out? I'm getting tempted to do some silly stuff, but maybe I really should just wait and kill him with patience. Yeah, I like having these two guys in view at once. I'm gonna try to ghost my way out of here. I'm not gonna try to knock out, tranquilize my way out of here. I believe if you come back, the usual guards that are there before you get captured appear there instead. Yeah, they don't want you killing Johnny. Because Johnny has to live to reproduce. And create the next generation of Johnnies. Alright, I think I can get out of here. Okay, let me try not to overextend myself. Gotta be able to peek around this corner before going around this. Snake 2? No! No, 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 no! What did I just say out loud to the audience, Snake? Come on. Ah! Yeah, he was scheduled to turn right around and look in that direction. Maybe we should box up. Maybe we should crawl under the container again. Our new home, under this container. Uh-oh. I think one of these guards has a control pattern that's incompatible with... No, no, I just need to do it really fast. Which means box. Yeah, I know, I'm saying really fast and it still looks slow, but that is slightly faster than the crawl. Go. Almost. Almost. Damn, I don't like holding LB to stalk because it screws up the visual artistry. Oh man. Let's knock him out before trying to cross that gap. Should I? Yeah, I should also take him down for supplies. Might be one there. I hope no one's going to go up to off-camera left. Look at their shadows. Only 1 star. That's not enough. I don't want to waste the cigarette spray, but this might not be a waste. I want more time to cross this scary gap. Might actually want to just dash in that door and dash right back out to as a checkpoint. My camo index is too low to be doing this, isn't it? Did Bad Humans ever explain how he plays this game without a camo index? Can I actually just get the camo index and nothing else? Dun, 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 dun. That's got to be life and camo. Life, stamina, camo, words. Can I just get the percentage number and nothing else? There's a toggle for stalking and accessibility if that helps. I don't know if it'll help. It's the vignetting that I don't like. Otherwise I have no issue with the stalking button, and I actually think that's an improvement over using the D-pad from the original game because it frees up the D-pad for faster radio and camo menus. Yeah, I don't know if I like the idea of toggling the stalking on and off because it limits your movement. You can't change stances. Should I go through the door? I think, won't it save the sleeping guard? Oh, there's a way to the northwest this way that might actually be safer. This gap I got across here, I think it's a less scary of a gap. Yeah, there's no one I gotta wait for. Okay, I gotta wait for this guy. I think he's the only one though. The other one had a couple guys and a couple guys. The other one had like 3 guys, and 2 of them are going to be off camera. One of them's going to be on camera. Here we just get one on camera guy to sneak past. I have no idea who saw me, but it doesn't matter. Hello, Token. Welcome back. Token, I'm trying to play this game with no HUD now. There's a fan who was in here named Bad Humans who apparently enjoys playing this game without the HUD, and I think I can do it, but I am kind of concerned about how I'm supposed to judge my camo index. Like right now, it is kind of hard for me to know if it would be superior to be crawling or boxing. It's a step forward from the D-pad. I do wish they let you move silently with slight movements of the analog stick. I'm still unsure whether or not you can. I feel like I've pulled it off a few times, but I feel like for the most part I haven't been pulling them. But yeah, look at how intense that vignetting is. It's not necessary. Hopefully it's the simplest of, oh, my tummy is rumbling. Hopefully it'll only be the simplest of modding processes to just take HUD features off of the screen. And I think that usually the way this works is that this vignette is just a PNG. I mean, yeah, there might be a way to go into the game and replace whatever texture file's making this with just blank 100% transparency and fix it that way. It depends on how accessible these files are, but from what I know and have done with mods in the past myself, fixing that vignetting thing should not be difficult. Box is always worse. I don't know. I feel like my YouTube European Extreme playthrough, I remember boxing a lot. Speedrunners, yeah, no, box is not always worse. Speedrunners actually try to get routes out where you're boxing as much as possible because it's a faster way. It's like the closest thing the original game had to crouch walking, and you also, in a lot of circumstances, just are objectively faster while using the box. Stairs especially. Going uphill, climbing elevation. The box is not always work. I disagree, and I'm going to die on that hill, and it's the most important. political question of our time. What do you think of Kojima's quote about passing the baton? I am not going to pass the baton to anyone. I would rather crush the baton. I don't need to give Hideo Kojima to anyone. If I pass the baton to my staff and tell them to make things the same way I do, the company will not succeed and go out of business. Sounds reasonable. Alright, let's use LB to hold this guy up. Look how dark it is. I can barely see anything. Okay, now I can see. I can't see fine, though, but fine with that. Okay, you also have to release LB to change stances. And I think that's kind of silly. When you're stalking in the original game, I don't think you need to do that. Boom. Thank you. I think I'm going to use cigarette spray on him, too. Oh, I see a guy on the left. Man, this is dark. No night vision goggles. Sorrow fight's gonna look good. Epic. Yeah, I'm kind of pissed that I'm wasting so much time getting these medical supplies. I feel like I want to be rewarded for the time I'm taking to get those. It's sometimes tricky holding these guys up and shaking them down and turning them around and taking them to town. When all the reward I get for that is a lousy Stipic full. Okay, now this is a scary gap. Wait, it's a scary gap, but I think I'm good. Oh, the Sorrow fight will look especially cool with no HUD, come to think of it. Where is... I can't get under the tank. Come on, come on, there we go, good boy. Can't see shit. Wait a second, wait. Ah, the cigar does not give me light. Oh, I know how I can do this. Never mind, I figured out how to do this, but looking at the brighter part of the frame and then crawling backwards would have been a good way to handle that problem. Yeah, looking at this and then crawling backward. This dog. I don't like this dog. I don't like the way this dog... Oh, smoke grenade. Okay, we're gonna roll into the dog and slap him with the SAA while he's coughing from smoke. Never mind. We're just gonna straight up stun the dog. Smoke. Is the smoke gonna last? How long does this last? Nope, never mind. Plan A. What's going on? Man, I don't know what's going on. But I want to see how this plays out with no HUD. Ho ho! How's my health? It's fine. Health is fine. Let's do it. Let's commit. This reload time is exhilarating. Bum 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 bum. That was pretty cool looking. Maybe Bad Humans really is onto something. Ah, can't crawl that way. I think I just rolled into a dog I couldn't see on my way out, but I love it. I'm scrambling to get out of here. I can't see what I'm doing. I'm going shooting in the dark. Yes! That did look really good. Okay, so I don't know if I'm as jazzed about the thought... Oh, that looks so good. I don't know if I'm as jazzed about the thought of doing European Extreme runs. Actually... Okay, I like Ava's better. Committing to combat. The Legacy mode. The Legacy mode is what kind of changed my mind on that, because actually fighting the guards in third person is fun now and looks good. That's not the case in the original game, and that's why I consider this remake a real nice improvement. Or maybe I should just shut up and let everyone enjoy how beautiful this is. Holy cow. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, I love blasting a few people non-lethally in the legs and dashing out of there. The way you kind of dash out of sight of the camera's own angles kind kind of sort of visually conveys where the guards are and what it might look like from their perspective. There's some wonderful visual synchronicity between the guard's perspective and your own. Menu full. Oh, because he doesn't have his backpack. Oh, I could use the ration. That time has passed. Oh, did I dig out the... Yes, I did. How good this looks. I really need to, like, actually shut up. Look at how good that looks. I really need to shut up and actually let the audience enjoy the sporting performance I'm putting on here. Alright, I'm shutting up. And I'm gonna play very dramatically and cinematically from these angles. I'm not gonna look at chat until cutscene. Oh, I should dive down for the sewer noodles too. Oops. Yes! Okay, now what did I miss on Twitch chat? By the way, keep an eye out for the revolving cylindrical fan at the top of this cutscene. Delicious colors. They're, to the shock and surprise of many supposed fans, there are several Metal Gear games that are not Kojima games, and it's fine. In fact, one of the best ones is not a Kojima game. Metal Gear Rising is not a Kojima game. Oh, the dogs. I like English Ocelot better. But Japanese Ocelot is fun. He does have some pros. But, the character just looks like he should be higher pitched than this. He's skinnier and whiter. Like... God, this is so good. Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum-bum-bum-bow. Thank you so much, Token. Look at the fan! Look at the fan! Funny that the Japanese is now out of lip sync. Look at that! Gosh. The underwater shots look like, what is it? Ishihiro something? The Godzilla. Yeah, here we go. Now it looks like Tarkovsky. There's a scene in Andrei Rublev. This. God. Oh, God. Alright, now. I don't know. When characters are ghastly, I like the Japanese voices better. But when characters are supposed to be alive and human and moving around and animate, I think I like the English better. I like Saro's Japanese voice better, so far at least. Look at the wetness on his face. I have goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps. See, the thread count in his sweater, shining in the light of the black and white. It feels like the detail of that sweater is being used consciously for an artistic purpose instead of to show off cool video game graphic technology. Oh, wow. Reminds me of the Dark Souls 2 Mirror Knight. Okay, not having a HUD here is fine. You don't need a HUD for this boss fight, and it makes the game look so much better. Oh my god, I can't wait to play the motorcycle chase with no HUD. You don't need a HUD for that one either. Oh my god, I'm gonna play the rest of the game with Japanese voices and no HUD and all and Japanese audio with the legacy cameras in black and white. Ah! Do I go through or do I go to the left? I go through. Okay, so you kind of get an advantage from sticking to one part of the arena so that you can dodge these by just going an extreme hard or an extreme left. You're so slow that you gotta have distance to avoid those. You can't rely on speed. Well, let's see how many people I've killed. Because I don't think I saw anyone before the pain. Which means that this must have been a run where, oh wait, no, there were two. There were two. Okay, do I remember those guys? They might have been Bolshaya past basemen, but I think I also remember getting in a little bit of a fight in the forest before the Bolshaya past base. Oh, this sucks. Health is fine, though. But yeah, Metal Gear Rising is, I think, ample evidence that you can have a fun Metal Gear without Kojima. I mean, out of, like, respect, maybe they'll call it Metal Gear something else. Metal Gear Delta, sure. Instead of Metal Gear Solid, but you can do Metal Gear without Kojima. It does not require a supernatural act of God. It does not require magic. It does not require ghosts. It is entirely possible within this mortal earthly plane to make a good Metal Gear game without Kojima. Damn. Hey, wait, was that a swimming? How does this work? I don't think they let you swim. Ah! Okay, what do we have? The fear? There was one guy before the fear. Okay, who did I kill before the fear? I don't remember. I do not remember this human being I slayed. Oh, I do! Warehouse! I think I accidentally snapped someone's neck by mashing the controls too hard. It might have been that guy. Oh no! Who are you? The ocelots. Is that an ocelot? I don't recall shooting an ocelot in the dick. He's wearing a beret, right? Okay, now who are these guys? Okay, these guys might be... Oh, the people I killed before the fear. I think I remember exploding some people in the warehouse where you get the sniper rifle, but not on extreme difficulty, you don't. Yeah, I remember exploding 2 guys. I don't remember shooting an ocelot in the dick. Oh, maybe these are the people on the cliff that I killed. I don't think I remember killing anyone in, the forest before the end. Sevastogornej. But I do think I had a dramatic, very, very lethal battle on my way to him. And I think I might be misinterpreting the headwear on these guys as berets. That might have not been an ocelot, it might have just been my eyes playing tricks on me. These are the creatures you killed. I do not remember him saying that in English. Check health. It's at like 50-60%. Okay, and who were those guys? Maybe they were, maybe those were the cliff people. So now we have the Fury here. God, this game is so good. They do not track the animals in the original. I have not heard a hard confirmation on whether or not they track the animals you've killed in the remake. You know what? Just for fun. The end and the sorrow. Okay, I'll also say the pain. So, yeah, like some of the sillier Cobras, when the Japanese voice acting is doing ghosts, or the toku something su Power Rangers stuff. I don't know though. They really, it's pros and cons.
常に君と共にある。悲しむことはない。また会える。
Oh yeah, the Fury in monochrome is amazing. It's a real challenge keeping track of your little snake on the screen in the darkness, but it's not that much of a challenge because the layout of the arena is just so elegant and simple. And from a top-down camera angle, left, right, up, and down are always going to translate to top, right, left, and down relative to the camera's positioning. So even though sometimes on the streams you'll be looking at like a completely black screen, like I'm playing Doom 3 or something, it's actually not as difficult to stumble your way through the dark and back into the light as it would be in an FPS style Doom 3 game. God, that looks so good. That looks like Rashomon. Oh, it looks like a Kurosawa movie. When you're in the woods in black and white, it looks like Kurosawa. When you're in the swampy rivers, it looks like Tarkovsky. When you're in interiors and at Groznygrad, it kind of looks like Doctor Strangelove. When you're underwater, it looks like Godzilla. There he is! Bye! Oh. Yeah, Major Tom. Oh, come on. How come Japanese voice actors never do accents? He's a Cockney British SAS Captain Price guy. And here he's just another manly, gruff Japanese samurai guy. There's no, oh my god, I just realized what I'm about to say, but I think I'm allowed to say it. There's not a lot of diversity in the voices, guys. They all kind of sound like a different flavor of manly Japanese man until you get to the old men and the ghosts and the Power Ranger villain. They're all, there's a certain sort of homogeneity to the characters. Look at this, it is so beautiful. You can tell he's British because he's voiced by Liquid. How could you tell that? How could you tell? Tell me how you could tell. Bum ba dum ba dum bum. Let's go slow and smell the roses. Appreciate the angle. Oh, this trunk at 11 o'clock right now. This one. Let me test something. Okay, your y-axis does not get preserved. I don't think. They preserve your x-axis, but not your y-axis. Okay. Getting some hiccuping. Technical name drops. Alright, now we're back. When you go at Resident Evil speed, extremely wonderful, beautiful moving. It is probably the most gorgeous and meaningful struggle against fixed camera angles that you can play outside of remake, Resident Evil 1 remake. Hey, wait a sec. Yeah. Oh. Anything down here? No. Now we're gonna watch Eva get all sexy in black and white. Oh, Kabuki after the cutscene. Okay, I'll check again after the cutscene. Alright, let me scroll up and see anything I missed. Doodles? All of these voice actors actually did do voiceover work in Super Sentai and Kamen Rider. Oh, that's actually probably super common, isn't it? Isn't that like tons of work available for several days every single week? Yeah, that trunk looks awfully guy-shaped. I don't even think I got around to saying it. But in black and white, it felt a little spookier having a dark guy-shaped form suddenly appear when the camera pans over. The spotlight effect is amazing in black and white. Watashi wa Tatiana. You say that? I think I heard something like that. But yeah, she sounds... I don't know. In Japanese, she sounds kind of like too aggressive and mean. Like she's not trying to disarm you and seduce you anymore. And God, Lord knows that Japanese female characters are absolutely capable of sounding way more softer and innocent than that. One-winged Chris. Oh no, the snake's covering up. Yeah, now we got it. Taberu, I know what that means. You already see the Austin Powers scene in previous monochrome run. You get that from Secret Theater. You just access it from the menu. I've never even bothered. Oh wait, that's because you have to, in this version you gotta hold up guards. It's part of an interesting collectible quest, which I will try to get around to for a later run. This black and white cinema run is not my collectible run. I'm gonna play in new style and color for the silly collectible stuff I'm probably only ever gonna want to do once. I'm sorry, there's something about the pitch black darkness of the background, and then Eva's shining white, glowing silver form in the middle of the frame that still seems like it's getting the effect across stronger in black and white than it did in color. Means Japanese sword. So I guess Classic Gamer 101 is not one to immediately make a so-called better Eva mod where she's even curvier, because that was one of the first things people did. Like, Eva's tits and ass are not huge enough for some of these gamers. Gotta be comical. Otherwise, they won't be as hit as hard by the twists at the end when she betrays you, right? 'Cause you're so supreme. I'm getting goosebumps again. Ah, this is so good. Wait, it's secret theater now, not still accessed by removing the tracker. Oh, okay. In the secret theater, there is a much more clearly Austin Powers inspired scene where there's like shadow play. Shadow play. I mean, play with shadows, not the NVIDIA proprietary software capture program. So I did a run. I did do a run on stream. It might have actually been the non-lethal European Extreme Foxhound Rank Cinematic Challenge, where I did not, just to make things interesting, I kept the tracker on because I've never seen that. Out of like 20 years of playing this game, I've never done a run where you got to sneak past the ocelots in front of the waterfall, and it was interesting. But I don't remember it being the same as the Austin Powers Secret Theater stuff. I remember it being a little funny, but not the same. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just wrong. I could be wrong. The Joy Division track. Yeah, there's something that's just kind of more boring and flat about the Japanese voice actors. Like, I've heard these same characters a gajillion, bazillion, Google-tillion times before. And in Japanese, it's so prevalent and popular that I don't really know if it's striking me as sounding exotic and new and interesting either. Like the black and white kind of is. Over the entire course of my lifetime, I think I might have watched more movies and anime in Japanese than I have hours total than I have seen black and white. A foreign language from the other side of the planet is now less exotic than what was the domestic norm 60, 70 years ago. A bit of culture shock. Japanese voice acting takes different priorities in their direction compared to Western voice acting. Well, one thing that I actually have a real question for is why in the world are we not hearing a British accent from the most British of British characters here? Or maybe my English language ears can't hear it. It might be more subtle. It might be there. It might just be more subtle. I was not hearing it at all. And I found that really disappointing that they didn't even make an effort. I don't know. Is this a thing? Like, I'm trying to think. Have I heard Japanese voice actors try to imitate Western national accents, a German accent, a British accent, French accent, etc.? It's always Japanese. It's some kind of Japanese accent. You can tell when English speakers are faking a Russian accent, but it's kind of cute and charming. They were at least trying, you know? But yeah, Volgan does not sound like he's faking a Russian accent. Sokolov did not sound like it. So instead of, like, the setting is weird. Like, these are Japanese people in the Soviet Union representing Americans and Russians. Japanese voice acting does use different accents, but I don't think I've ever seen them do Western accents. And when they do, it's foreign voice actors that know Japanese. Yeah. Yeah, I was able to hear it for a while. What's that island that Japan conquered very evilly, where they invented karate? And now there's a US base on it. It's real controversial, and it's hundreds of miles south of the main Japanese Isles. What? And they have a distinct accent. They make fun of it in Azumenga-daio. Ugh, why am I forgetting the words? Okinawa, yeah. When you're learning Japanese, you will eventually be able to hear the Okinawan accent over the mainland accent. What would you call that? The Yamato accent, the Honshu accent. There's an Okinawa accent. But yeah, I cannot think. I do not have memories. Okay, maybe Lupin the Third. Maybe some characters in Lupin the Third for comedic effect were imitating exotic Western foreign accents. I think I might have heard a bit of it as a teenager in Lupin the Third. I don't think I've ever heard them do it anywhere else. Nani! So, yeah, there's a trade-off here. In Japanese, it sounds like they flow better, like they're not trying to record every single line one at a time so that the audio engineers will have like a flat, easy waveform to work with in their wave files. People are talking faster, things are flowing a little more smoother and natural, but they are less interesting as characters. It's a less interesting performance. God, that looks gorgeous. And now how do we do the dive? Yeah, there we go. Kabuki, Kabuki. There it is. Kabuki. Oh shit. No, go back down, you goober. Kabuki, Kabuki. Everyone say Kabuki. Oh, where did it go? Ah, there it is. The current is pulling me away. Oh, it even says Kabuki on the box. That's so cute. Oh my god, and it's inside a cardboard box of all the materials they could have used. They picked cardboard. Bump ba dum ba dum bump. Kansei dialect. That's what I guess that's the majority one, the mainstream one that we're primarily hearing throughout this game. Yeah. When do they ever not? There's the Okinawan accent, Kansei. Is that what you call the cultural majority? Dun 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 dun. Oh no! I just remembered. I have heard Japanese voice. Oh no! I just remembered. Yeah. Okay. Is an Azumenga-daio thing. I think there's a joke in Azumenga-daio where you hear the little girl Japanese voice actresses fake an American Southern accent to make fun of one of the characters' Okinawan accents. If I'm remembering it right. This is from 20 years ago. God, fucking gorgeous. And, yeah, when I close my eyes and just think of examples off the top of my head, they're an extremely small single handful. If you have more, please let me know. I'm starting to wonder if Cowboy Bebop might have made an attempt to. Dun 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 dun. Are there poisonous animals in here? For some reason I remember poisonous animals. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. God, I can't get that out of my head. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. Hey, now I have a sniper rifle? When did I get that? Guess I'll never end up using it for these whole extreme difficulty runs. Dun, 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 dun. I need to stop doing that. I can't get it out of my head. It's just the background music for my life at this point. This glowing mush might be important. Oh yeah, this might come in handy for... Oh, the Volgan boss fight's gonna be tricky with no HUD. Bad humans! Bad humans! Please, I never got an answer on this. What do you do? What do you do about your camo index? How do you play this game with no HUD and no camo index? I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Oh, what a good game. What a good game. What a good game. Groznygrad Part 2 is going to be way easier than Groznygrad Part 1. Bump, ba-dum, ba-dum, bump. Bump, ba-dum, ba-dum, bump. He was playing with white tuxedo earlier, so the camo index was just always bad. I might turn the health meter on for the Volgan fight. On extreme difficulty... Oh, that looks... Volgan can be kind of tricky. Bump, ba-dum, ba-dum, bump, bump, ba-dum, ba-dum, bump. Permanent caution mode mod. Once you get a caution phase going, it feels permanent, because every time they stumble across a wet droplet you left behind, the timer resets to 99, and I think that's 99... I don't think those are seconds. I think they're longer than seconds. God, that looks good. Oh yeah, also we're in the daytime, so it's going to be easier to see. Which is a thing you can actually say in black and white. Like, the day and nighttime actually matters. Did you hear David Hayter in the Groznygrad 1 cutscene equivalent of this? Hear David... What do you mean? I've been playing with Japanese voices. My first time hearing the Japanese voices. I'm being real judgmental about them. Alright, now to prepare for what we have ahead, we gotta plant the C4, we gotta fight Volgan, we gotta escape with the motorcycle, we gotta RPG the Shagohod. Oh, that's when we use the sniper rifle. Then we gotta escape with the motorcycle again. Then we gotta... I want life medicine. If I'm not gonna be keeping track of my health meter, where would I find life medicine on extreme difficulty in Groznygrad Part 2? The closest you can have to an alternate round in this, they're all on caution round. Oh, interesting. There is a trainer mod, that's just by another name, the GUI. Despite the patches, they mixed up the audio tracks between the English and Japanese tracks. In that one scene, the Groznygrad 1 cutscene equivalent of this, I have played through Groznygrad. The very beginning of this stream was the torture cutscene. Okay, so last week we did do Groznygrad. It might have happened last week, and last Monday actually. Yeah, I'm not doing Metal Gear Mondays anymore. We're just living Metal Gear life. So Monday, but that was 4 days ago. Might have happened then, and I might have missed it. Oh yeah, also Bad Humans. Okay, I've already mentioned it. Life meter is one thing, camo index is another. Your camo index taking a sudden unexpected drop. How do you deal with that? How do you deal with that with no HUD? If I put the life and camo index bars back on, I don't think it's really going to look functionally different. I think it's still going to mess up how good it looks without, though. I love playing games without HUDs, but it's a tricky balancing act. One of the reasons I was so unimpressed by Breath of the Wild is because I played The Witcher 3 without a minimap, and it was incredible. Yeah, I don't... The visual coherency, the elegance and beauty of the HUDlessness is already messed up. It would be nice if I could just have the small number in the upper right corner of the screen, and if that number was actually, like, transparent by, who knows, 70%, 60% factor. How many strengths do I have? 25? What? But yeah, I love playing games with no HUD. Bad Humans has me interested in doing a HUDless run, Metal Gear Solid 3. I think the one and only thing I don't want to compromise, though, is ammo index number. Oh my god! No idea that I was that low on health. I mean stamina, but guess what? That never ever happens. That has not happened to me in like 20 years. You turn the HUD off, things do get a little more interesting, I feel. Gotta use more of your own senses. Games. Okay, let's get out of here. Page camo is out. Verify that we're at max. Main wing has life medicine under a truck. Groznygrad Weapons Lab West Wing second floor corridor has life medicine. Nice. Main wing has life medicine under a truck as well. I think I also might want to experiment. I don't remember, and I actually want it spoiled either, so don't tell me. But I am interested in experimenting with the officer uniform. I'm wondering if it'll help me get away with going quickly invisibly at a distance, and maybe they only notice you're not really an officer up close. I'm gonna get to this door here and start experimenting. Okay, Groznygrad Weapons Lab West Wing, Main Wing. What do you mean by main wing? I don't know if I recall a main wing. There's west, south, east, north, right? First floor. Groznygrad Weapons Lab main wing has life medicine under truck. Okay, truck, so that means outdoors. Maybe you mean south? First one you go to, right? Yeah, southwest. So is the one with the prison southeast? Oh, frame drops. Okay, we're good. Someone call Crobcat. Dun, 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 dun. Ah! Who did that? Oh, this guy. Or not? What? Who did that? No, we're saves coming. We're not committing. Main wing is the hangar itself. Okay, I think both of those are interior. Yeah, the hangar might be the one interior that has trucks. I stand corrected. Guess I have to use LB. Actually, no, let's practice. I'll try using stick. Yeah, he heard that. I'm gonna have to LB my way through the rest of the game then. After this run, I really should be more diligent about looking up if someone's made a mod for that, or if there's some kind of trainer or tool that already exists for that. What the hell? How come I keep running out? Is this a glitch or something?
最高だ
Nice, tranquilizer ammo. Too bad we need it. Oh, maybe we should experiment with the officer guys now. Oh, no hat. They be able to tell I'm not a real officer from a distance by the lack of hat? Volgan steals the hat in a cutscene, and it's actually persistent, consistent with gameplay. How could I do this? How could I expose myself just enough to test whether or not I'm disguised? Oh, wait, no, I actually shouldn't look at Twitch chat. Don't spoil, don't spoil. Huh? Who was that? Okay, I'm gonna assume that means, yeah, let's just put on regular, ordinary camo now. Oopsie whoopsie, that's Spider. Oh, that might be why my stamina was going down. Dun, 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 dun. I saw a negative 40 somewhere on the list, but it's not. Is that guy gonna come over here and check out the... Yes, he is. Boy. Uh-oh. I think that guy in the top frame, 11 o'clock, can actually spot us. Whew, I made it around that corner in just the nick of time. Oh my... What is with the routing that they're choosing? We commit? Yeah, we're gonna commit. Okay, this is a trank trap I have set up here. Maybe I could get more creative with some... Just, we're getting more creative with something else. We actually are. Watch this. Come on, Snake, you goofer! Oh, Jesus. Ha! Bow. Wow, wow. Bow, wow. Doopy doop. Bow. Okay, stamina is still going down at a suspiciously fast rate. What is happening here? Maybe because it's not on screen, I feel... Hell? Yeah, what is this? That guy can out of bounds. What's he gonna do? Is it all the crawling? I'm not wearing Spirit, I'm wearing Black Splitter. Or Spider rather. Ba-dum. Ba-dum. I see it. I see the dart in his foot. Just my imagination. Oh. Oh. He did not even notice. Oh. Oh. This is interesting. I did not know there were two guys there. Hey, what do we got? Dun, 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 dun. Oh my god, my OBS video preview feed. My OBS video preview feed paused, so I have to log into Streamlabs to see what just happened. My stamina's at half. Why is my stamina going down so much? This is unsustainable. I know the Major better than anyone else. Just up to the Metal Gear Solid power. We gotta figure out this stamina situation. Something fishy is going on here. Maybe it's the weight. I have a lot of items equipped. Try keeping things as light as possible for a while. Still viable sneaking can happen. Handkerchief. 0.5. Only see 4, 3, 2. Oh, because it'll life meta. What's my life doing? Life. Okay. Handkerchief, magazine, book. I don't think the book cover is the same. I think the book cover is like raunchier. Yeah, look at that. Cover Girl Mono Soul. It's the Gamers issue, number 6. Sabra. Wait, what happens if you go to sabra.jp? Doop. Doop. I don't want to hold him up, but I also don't want to lose stamina. Oh, I can hanker him. Do I have an opportunity? Actually, where'd he go? I lost track of him. Where'd he go? Crawl out of here, but... Oh. Can I magazine this guy? I might have fixed the stamina drain. How is an American supposed to look at a number like 8 kilograms and visualize how much weight that represents? How many football fields of weight? 8 kilograms. Laughing at my own jokes, sorry. Sabra.jp is still dedicated to the timeless art of seduction. George Costanza would be proud. I want to crawl through the vents to the food shack again, because I lost so much stamina on my way in here. And there's not going to be an easy way to get animal. You're in the urbanized environment of a big military base.
HQ 応答せよ。こちら HQ。こちらパトロール。異常は発見できなかった。了解。祈祷せよ。
I remember Mei Ling's advice and ask myself if it's worth it. What do we got here? Well, according to Twitch chat, that's not life medicine. so. But okay, yeah, life medicine, life medicine. Preparation for this mission was definitely adjusting his units to metric. Boom. West wing is the little hallway where your right carved intro to meet Sokolov, so I guess. Yeah, I also want to get the ducky, the froggy, in that, west wing. Skyway, hallway. Ooh. I wonder what this angle looks like in the time. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's nighttime when you sneak into Groznygrad. It's nighttime when you break out of Groznygrad. So seeing what this camera angle looks like up the ladder is, might be some kind of a new tool. Wait, is my stomach? Okay, no, my stamina is actually doing pretty alright. It was the weight. Had to be the weight. Plus the, can I just... I have 8 silencers. This one's almost dead. Can I just toss it out for the fresh one now? Nope. No. Nope. No. Oh my gosh, I just realized I would, kind of be tempted to check to see if there's, life medicine in the, medical room. Johnny's medical room. Book! We got our book back! Oh, our books are full, though! Oh my god. Nope. Will this guy see me? Yeah, I feel like I've done this enough times to spot me more easily if I dash down instead of if I ladder down. Is, this guy a problem? Not for now. Come on, Snake, let's go, let's go. Ugh. This guy might be a problem. But no, how hungry he might make it. Come out. Wah! I want to take the ditch and make things look. Do I want to shake him down for supplies? Nah, do not want it. No one fat. Book ammo full. Tell me. Oh, okay, okay. So you might not need the stamina meter as much as I thought. Actually, yeah, you might not need the stamina meter in general. I don't even know if you think much about needing the stamina meter. Because you get the audio alert. Snake's stomach will rumble, and you will hear it because it's comically loud. If the stamina meter is becoming a problem. If not, you just safely ignore. Doopy doop. Doopy doop. Doopy doop. This remake might not be as smooth and snappy as the original, but I feel like one might be able to learn with enough practice how to at least make it look like it in video. Someone needs to make a mod where your camo index includes shadow of fence grid like this. I mean, I can't see this in this picture. Can you guys? Perfect. Ah! Why did he turn around like that? Okay. At least I got him before the alert. Did I get the fast travel going to the hangar? I think I just wanted food and life medicine. Life medicine spoiled from the Twitch chat. I know where to get the maintenance uniform. Unless it's already in here. I see it. Yeah, sorry if I keep backing out to menu. It's gonna happen more often while I have no HUD. Yeah, playing Witcher 3 with no minimap is great on PC, not so much on console. Wait, no, I stand corrected. On console, what you do is you hold down the start button, and it shortcuts you to the map. PC, you press M, and it shortcuts you to the map. When you climb the learning curve, you'll be backing in and out of the map a lot. But climbing the learning curve means being able to learn how to navigate directionally without a minimap, and it's wonderful because you have to actually pay attention to the landmarking and signage and the roads and the world design. You have to immerse yourself in the world design to stay oriented in the direction of visibility going. I kinda want to steal the supplies from the vehicles to the lower left of camera frame. Hi Waffle Mao, I turned the color off in the options menu. I like it better this way. Subjectively better. It's not that I like it better this way, it's just that it is better, and that's a fact. Science confirmed. They did a study at MIT. No. No. Uh-oh. Got a dead pixel on my monitor that got off. Got it. It was just a speck of dust if it... Yeah, Waffle Mel, if you're new and seeing this for the first time, I crave validation. How does this look to you? Because I swear, like, there's something magical going on in black and white mode that makes everything look cooler. Oh, ho, ho. Also, Waffle Mal, notice that I have the HUD turned off as well for maximum screenshot-worthy beautification. Got an idea, I got a strategy. Okay, never mind, I don't need... That was stupid of me. My help. Let's commit to this. I want those supplies. Look at this! Look at how cool that looked! Oof. Snuck up on me. Wait a second, wasn't the whole purpose of this to make sure I have enough life for the Bolgan fight? What about? What about? Boom. Oh my god, that's a lot of guys. Getting those accurate grenade doors in from third person feels so good!
敵を見失った。
Ooh.
これより警戒態勢に入る。
Hey, Captain Logger, it's a long journey learning how to play. A lot of it comes from mastering the hidden art of the L1 button in the original versions. If you hold down the L1 button, Snake starts strafing and doing first-person shooter Gears of War stuff, and it's awesome, but also really clumsy. And you gotta hold down L1 to make it happen. And, oh. I thought. Boom. Oh my god, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna smoke grenade, that's it. So what kind of white phosphorus? Oh. Sure glad I got the Sorrow boss fight before this fight! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait, how did that work? Oh!
こちらパトロール。敵発見。攻撃を開始する。
So with no HUD, it's hard to tell if the alert timer is going down or not. So it might actually... Okay, new idea. Extreme difficulty, no HUD, no continues allowed permadeath. That incentivizes you to play out the combat. Yeah, I'm interested to see how the game would play permadeath and extreme difficulty on.
HQ。こちらパトロール。敵を見失った。これより警戒態勢に入る。
Yeah, treating alerts as failure states is kinda sorta how this game works, but the combat is fun too. And I think it's also important artistically in the sense that it makes a more coherent, cinematically conventional narrative where the hero in the middle of the frame of the shot is not gonna die and retry over and over again. So as the story goes on and as you make your way through the game, I noticed this in Ground Zeroes. If there's no game overs, or like really stupid video game stuff happens, it does something to your psyche. It makes the story feel somehow more believable or exciting or coherent. Yeah, so in Ground Zeroes, I think I was doing a permadeath run of the entire franchise a while back on stream. And Ground Zeroes is the one and only Metal Gear game I could actually complete on the first try with no game overs, and it makes perfect sense because the whole thing is like only an hour and a half long. But the way music works in the newer games is pretty different. The Ludwig Forsell style compared to the Harry Gregson Williams style means that over the course of your Ground Zeroes playthrough, like there's a sense of musical pacing to it, especially when you're escaping. Where if the song stops and you game over and have to restart, it feels really bad and almost like a continuity error in the kind of mood that the music is trying to get you to feel. So these music tracks like naturally fade in and out at a certain rhythm. The imagery on the screen of Snake actually surviving through the scraps and making it out alive begin and end with a certain rhythm. It's such a good storyline that it's still like impossible not to play through it for the gajillionth time and still feel like you want to root for the good guys and bad guys. And if the good guy is actually like performing on screen with a certain degree of competency that's genuinely impressive to you as the player, it really does something to your psyche. So for this playthrough, I have tried to keep game overs to a minimum and save scumming to a minimum and commit to some mistakes, but not all mistakes. And man, I don't know, when am I going to be done with this stuff? Now I want to play through the game on the hardest difficulty in black and white mode with some other mods and do some permadeath stuff. Ba-doop, ba-doop. 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 Ba-doop, ba-doop. Boom, boom, boom. Don't get there waking up. Guy on the tower, I thought I tranked him a while ago. Under? Yeah. Ba-dum. A lot of the stealthiest stealth games, it's not that crazy to break contact. Too. Yeah, otherwise they wouldn't be a stealth game. And also, yeah, I loved playing the Arma military simulators and seeing just how absolutely fucking impossible this stealth would be for a realistic game. I think Scientist works, but Officer won't work. Ooh. Waiting to see if he exclamations, at which point I'll just run right out. Okay. There's a medicine room here. Maybe there's life medicine. I don't think there was life medicine in here earlier, but maybe there's life medicine in here. Nope, nope. Bandages. Antidote. No life medicine. God.
もっと食わせろ。
Oh, I have to take my shirt off to use the books? I really want more health before going into this Vulcan fight. Oh, wait. I completely forgot about the, phone number that you can call off an alert with. Wow. That would have been useful. I don't think I'm ever going to use that for the rest of the whole game now. Because I don't think it works when you're, escaping through the jungle with Eva, and that's the last part of the game where there's real stealth to be doing. Do, 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 do. Barrel, barrel, barrel. And I think I already have the before. Yeah. So if I do my permadeath run with cinematic camera angles and black and white, I need to keep in mind that I should be wearing that combat uniform for the boss fights. Uh-oh, we're getting close to time. I wonder if I should call the stream at the Vulcan battle. Yeah, it's 20 minutes to 11:30. The hangar and the hallway after it should have life medicine. Yeah. Don't want to forget. Walk right out of where the cutscene wanted me to go. Oh, Froggy and Ducky. Yeah, I'll save them for later for this area where there's sneaking to be done, but for this area, the next one over, the hallway, where I don't think there will be a lot of interesting stealth, get it over with now. So that, when I do my collectathon run with camera angle... When I do my collectathon run from the new camera angles, I feel like I'm wasting time in a perfectly safe, uninteresting area. Carotan's calling. Cute. What gun leaves the weight on that? I don't think stand. Doop. Doopy doop. Oh yeah! Wow, with no HUD, when you bring up the cure menu and see that like there's a lot of stuff wrong with you, it let's keep it. We'll become stronger. Yeah, being surprised by how many wounds are on Snake is going to be real interesting with no HUD. HUDlessness and visual continuity for what we want, what we're all about here on Doop. Doop. Do I have to take the uniform off and on again to get the audio hint? Aha! There you are. Gonna make it through the glass. Hey. Okay, we still have a ducky. Oh yeah, and these guys are camouflaged, so they're what do they do? They do gaga. Okay, so we gotta listen for a gaga. And whenever we find it, it's gonna be camouflaged. Killers might actually be for that. Oh my gosh, it was right there in front of my face. It never did make a noise, though. Okie dokie. Moving on. My wound's just healed. Yeah, I'm getting into the vibe of this. You have audio cues to maybe save you from all the menuing. You can keep track of your stamina fairly well with these audio cues. Boop 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 means your wounds are healed. Means you're hungry. But you don't gotta check it the first few brahs, but after maybe 10 minutes of hearing Snake go brah. God, that looks so cool. the ducky camo uniform looks so funny. Okay, yeah, the black and white like makes the slapstick of the game funnier because it looks so classy and incredibly delicately lit and set up and composition, and then Snake's wearing these stupid little like ducky pajamas. Oh, what a game! What a wonderful game. We want maintenance uniform and mummy. Wearing it prevents injuries which require bandages to treat. Oh my god. Okay. There's a reward for completing the game. Doopy-doopy-doop. Doopy-doopy-doop. Wait, former East Germany. What's the idea here? What does this have to do with East Germany? So brown stripes, green background, that are like 1.5 to 2 inches each. Apparently have something to do with Germany. I'll look up later, I guess. I definitely don't think that's the East Germany flag. I remember seeing the East Germany flag, and I remember a lot of red and a sickle and a hammer, I think. Soviet wood. Oh, rainbow. That's gonna. A million. Did it actually change colors? Water snake? Know what time? Time for the brown waters. Anyways, no, it's not. It's time for maintenance. It's time for maintenance. I'm actually caring about my weight. Ah! Yeah, okay, so since you can't track your stamina meter all the time, that means you can't really like min-max your weight load. Like I have not cared this much about some of the game systems in decades. Yeah, on the PS2 version, there's a healthy wait time to putting this menu on and off the screen, and it can get really annoying. But it still happens a lot. And so you're incentivized to like pick a loadout and stick with it for a while because you'll get annoyed going back and forth from the menu. Here, you're like incentivized to pick a loadout and stick with it for a while because not being able to see the stamina on the screen has something to do with that. What am I trying to say? You want to stick with something and stick with it and keep it in the back of your head because it's easier to lose track over time of your problems. So you're preparing ahead of time for potential problems. So I have not felt this priority of making sure I have a lightweight load since since the PS2 days when I was still learning the game. Yeah, just like the experience of relearning how to play Metal Gear Solid 3 over again is a wonderful, wonderful time. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Just the regular German flag with the hammer and stylus. Oh, it's a hammer and stylus for Germany. They didn't want to do hammer and sickle. I do remember the hammer in some long cylindrical object, but I remember red. Am I just remembering it wrong? I thought they added like a red stripe to the black and gold. Make sure we get that life medicine in. Where's the bomb? Where's the bomb? Where's the bomb? Where's the bomb? Life medicine was supposed to be under a truck, right? You have to actively track your calorie intake with calorie. East German flag is just regular, right, with hammer. Stylus. Stylus, that's funny. So, like, are they trying to say that the German people are too good to be farming? What's the implication? The vexicological messaging here. I don't think anyone would argue that Germany sure likes industrialism and hammering things with machines, but then again, I also don't think anyone would argue that Germany likes writing things down and doing intense intellectual work to develop complicated philosophical theories, so I can see the reasoning behind it being a hammer and a stylus for sure. I'm also just wondering if this, like, carried a a more patronizing implication for some of the other... What was it? Was East Germany a satellite republic? Like, are they saying that some satellite republics were better than others? Who am I kidding? Yes, they did. They absolutely. I love how, like, I'm being the most suspicious maintenance guy in the world, and this guy just does not care. Okay, before I post the next one, I need to make sure I get that life medicine. Doopy-doopy-doop. Doopy-doop. I'm so tempted to handkerchief this guy just because it'll look so funny from the camera angle. Peeking left and right from this camera angle makes it look funnier. Using right stick to focus the frame on him before handkerchiefing him from the darkness makes it look funnier. I didn't know there were noodles here. Black, gold, red are the normal German. This is a red circle so you can see the gold tools. Oh, that might be where I remembered the red. I remembered red. I remembered it looking like a German flag, but more communist than usual, with the hammer and the sickle, but it turned out to be a stylus, and the red was just a little circle in the corner. Okay, my memories weren't that bad. I was on the right page. Life medicine! Thank you! Don't. The emblem was a symbol of the alliance between workers, farmers, and intelligentsia. Right, the intelligentsia you don't usually see, the stylus, but the, there's some cool, Chinese communist art, trying to lionize the heroism of the classes here, but, I feel like giving some countries the stylus and some other countries the sickle might carry some implications about what exact sort of national narratives the Soviet Union might have been ascribing to which territories, which entities. I feel like it would be pretty shitty to have to live in a place where the imperial overlords just like, Wah! Okay, that hasn't happened in a while. Actually, I think this happened last time I streamed Master Collection. Okay, chap, grenade. I hope they don't find the bombs. Nice. Yo, I kind of dig gauging where the alert phase is at by music instead of by timer. Yeah, there's okay, I love HUDlessness. I love it when games when you do learn a game well enough to play it without the HUD, because you're like, it requires more physiological concentration from you. Anyone? Yeah, this guy. Should I take him out while everyone's looking? I'm a little worried about, while everyone's not looking, I'm a little worried about him coming over and investigating my box and bringing the alert phase back to... Huh? I'm kinda... to inch my way a bit out of sight here once he's gone. Go over to the... Hey, why'd you take the box off? Someone see me? Hey, I'm having caution mode. Can I put the maintenance uniform back on and walk around? I don't know if I want to risk it just yet. Here. Here, alright. When I do my HUDless run, we're also turning subtitles off and setting the voice back to English. I'm excited. I'm excited to see how this game plays with no HUD in Legacy mode for the whole way through. Hell yeah. Goody. I'm starting to lose patience. I'm tempted to step out of the box, put a maintenance uniform on, and see if anyone notices. If anyone gets suspicious. I also might just be able to go ahead and plant the last bomb now. I got the life medicine. Oh, I remember where the last one is. The last one is where I got spotted. Hello. Okay, good. Disguise does work. Confirm. This guy's still... I hate asking that. Real life and in this game. Alright, I think after this cutscene, or during this cutscene, we get a save prompt. That's where I'll save the game and begin the next stream on Monday. If not, I'll save it when the Volgan boss fight begins. And I guess the good news about losing all that health is that I'll have it back by the time I begin the next stream. Oh, I also got some good noodles, too. But yeah, if I had the HUD turned on, I would not have had to think about my weight load, because as soon as I noticed the meter dipping down faster than usual, I would immediately correct it. But with the HUD turned off... Yeah! With the HUD turned off, I did not notice it was a problem until I really started to suffer consequences for my lack of caution and preparation. There was a consequence for me rushing... Oh, I didn't listen to Major Zero's disappointing Japanese voice actor. I love hearing the Japanese voice actors say snake, though. It's so fun. They go all out, and it's like a joke that recurs throughout the series. In English, it sounds kind of weirder. But in Japanese, it's like clear that saying it super loud and dramatic and really emphasizing the snake is some kind of catchphrase joke throughout the series. Oh, I forgot to look funny for the cutscene. Although I hate to say it, but there is something a little more natural about seeing the Japanese voice actors do the kung fu scenes. the fancy pantsy martial arts stuff. Some kind of judo. Come to think of it, is judo Japanese? Why does here we go. This is the save prompt. Okay, I'm cool leaving it here. This was a great time. And nope, we're going back to main menu. Sure, photo mode might be interesting. Can I move the camera around? How awful can we make this look? Oh, that looks like garbage. Man, oh, we're absolutely shitting all over the beautiful imagery of the original game. Although actually now that I'm in a little bit more color into it, I'm starting to feel something. Oh yeah, look at that. Photo mode has a vignette toggle on and off. I wonder if the mod logic oh. The vignette has a size and a strength. Okay, it might not be a PNG then. But yeah, since the logic is here in photo mode of turning the vignette on and off, or like reducing these values to 0, I wonder if that's what's going on when you hold down LB and it applies the vignette on the stalking button. Cardboard box. All right, now, yeah, there we go. Wallpaper worthy. Thank you all for joining the most beautiful Metal Gear Solid 3 stream, where we're all about creating. Wait, hide menu. We're all about manipulating the game systems to provide us with some of the most beautiful and evocative on-screen imagery. I'm George Weidman. I am honored to provide you all this aesthetic thumbnail, this aesthetic opportunity here to appreciate the beauty of both the interactive arts and the cinematic arts. Metal Gear Solid 3 is truly a work of groundbreaking artistry genius, as we can see from the elegance and the visual harmony, really, of the frame here. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for the wonderful $30 anonymous donation. I will buy a calorie mate or two and spend the rest on lawyers. And I'll see you all again for the wonderful maybe conclusion of the black and white run, depending on how well I play. Black and white and now HUDless and now Japanese audio run on Metal Gear Monday as opposed to Metal Gear Friday, because Fridays are now Metal Gear Fridays. And the ending of the game is fucking beautiful in black and white. I played through it on the Patreon Discord privately with some fans who were taking screenshots along the way. And my God, speaking of Kurosawa, I was seeing Kurosawa references everywhere. Imagine in your mind's eye, if you will, the Seven Samurai, and you know how there's the Seven Samurai have their own distinct personalities, and they're kind of almost like movie genres, where little vignettes of movie genres play out as they track the character development. And there's the romance samurai, right, who falls in love with the girl in the village, and the girl in the village falls in love with the romance samurai, and they have a doomed romance where there's a sad ending. But when they're getting to know each other, they're in a field of flowers with branches in front of the frame and flowers in the background and the two characters in front. And guess what? Guess fucking what? I don't know if you ever would have spotted that with the color mode turned on. In black and white, it is clear as fucking day that this game was actually, to some subtle, small little bit, Kurosawa inspired. It's absolutely gorgeous and powerful and beautiful. Oh. Bye.